All righty.
Yeah.
So, as we get started, again, thank you so much for joining our second year experience webinar series. My name is Ashley Clement, and I'm the coordinator for first year student programming, dabbling in second year experience programming, so that's super exciting. I'm really excited to introduce our guest today from the Learning Center, so I will pass the mic to Dr. Rush and let her introduce herself.
All right, thank you, Ashley. My name is Jamie Rush. I am the Associate Director of the Learning Center. I have been with the Learning Center for 4 years now. What we do is we are the resident on-campus tutoring for a majority of undergraduate courses, and we're joined with today with the coordinator of the Learning Center. I'm going to go ahead and let Dr. Norman introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Laura Norman. I am the coordinator of Learning Assistance Programs at the Learning Center. So I pretty much oversee the scheduling, all of our staff at TLC. So that would include all of our tutors, study group leaders, SI leaders, desk staff, all the lovely, amazing people that you will get to know as you visit TLC. I'm pretty much the supervisor for them. So yeah, that's basically what I do.
Laura also oversees the tutor training to make sure that our tutors have the skills and knowledge necessary to be as effective as possible. And I'm going to go into that in a little bit in terms of the qualifications of our tutors. But the main thing that I want to say right off the bat is that the Learning Center offers free tutoring for many, many undergraduate courses. A majority of the 100 and 200 level math and science courses are offered, as well as a few higher level historically challenging courses. The Learning Center is located in Lee Hall, which is in the quad. If you see the big shiny fleur-de-lis on campus, you kind of spin around until you see the big letters of Lee Hall. You may also see some big red letters in our windows that say tutoring. That's another way for you to know where we are. We're located on the second floor of the Learning Center. This semester, this fall semester, and possibly into the spring semester, you will mostly find us very available on Microsoft Teams. Our Microsoft team is called TLC Tutoring. All of the information that you need to join our team and to access our team is located on our website, studentsuccess.louisiana.edu/tutoring. But I will show that website to you on our slides, and I'm probably going to say Microsoft Teams quite a few times already in this presentation. So let's get started. The Learning Center is a department that is devoted to high quality peer education services. Those are a lot of fancy key terms that basically say that we make sure that our tutors are trained and provided the professional development necessary to give students the best help possible. One thing that I like to remind students who seek out our services is that the tutors that they interact with do not have a bachelor's degree yet. They are not experts in their field, but they have taken the courses in which they tutor, and they were successful in those courses, and they feel confident and comfortable helping their peers to be successful. So before they even start, they have demonstrated that they have those bare minimum skills, and then after they join our team, they are then trained. Our training holds a certification from the College Reading and Learning Association, or CRLA. CRLA is a organization that certifies pretty much every single college and university tutoring program that you might look into. It makes sure that each of the programs are following best practices in terms of how we interact with students, the types of services we provide, and also some higher level professional development in terms of how does the brain work when you think about the different subjects that you are learning, metacognitive strategies, like how do we think about how we're thinking and how do we learn about learning. CRLA makes sure that we cover very specific topics in our trainings. And so in order for a tutor to work with a student, they have to have gone through some of that training. Most of our tutors are certified within the first or second semester of their employment with us. Another credential that the Learning Center has is our accreditation from the International Center for Supplemental Instruction. I'm going to talk about supplemental instruction in detail a little bit in a second, but just know that programs in colleges and universities that offer SI, which is how it's commonly referred to, strive to get to this accreditation. In order to get this accreditation, we have demonstrated that we have followed all of the required parts of SI. We offer SI for historically challenging courses. We've demonstrated that students attend our SI, and we've also demonstrated that students who do attend SI sessions have been more successful academically than those who do not. And so in order for us to get that accreditation, we made sure that we demonstrated all of those key points, and they gave us a fancy certificate. So our tutors. All of our tutors are current UL Lafayette students. They are undergraduate students. In order to even be considered for a position and hired, they need to have at minimum a 3.0 cumulative GPA. However, if you start to do the math and crunch the numbers, the average GPA of our staff is 3.5. So they exceed our expectations. All of our tutors, like I said a second ago, go through CRLA certification training. If they tutor a course, they've taken that course and passed it with an A or a B, or they have the prerequisite knowledge to tutor that course. For example, if a tutor has taken and passed calculus, Math 250 or Math 270, but they didn't take Math 105 over here. Maybe they tested out of it because of their ACT scores, or they had some dual enrollment credit from high school. They didn't necessarily take college algebra here at UL Lafayette, but they have the foundational knowledge to help other students in college algebra. So in instances where a tutor may not have taken the exact class that they're tutoring, it's because they've taken higher level classes that makes them qualified to tutor lower level ones. And additionally, all of our tutors need to have a recommendation by a faculty member who can vouch not only for their interpersonal communication skills, but for their content knowledge in a course that they tutor. If a student wants to tutor statistics, they must have a letter of recommendation from a statistics professor. Sometimes they may ask us, can my English professor write a letter of recommendation? And we tell them no, unless they plan to tutor English. Your English professor may be able to say some wonderful things about your work ethic and your communication skills, but they can't really vouch for your statistics knowledge. So we need faculty members who can vouch for our tutors' knowledge in the subjects in which they tutor. Is there anything that I should add or anything that I might have skipped over, Laura, when it comes to the qualification of our tutors?
No, I think you covered everything. They're pretty amazing.
Yeah, they're pretty great. Actually, this week is Tutor Appreciation Week, and so we are making sure that we tell them very often how much we appreciate them, because these young men and women have gone above and beyond, especially since March of this year, in terms of their flexibility. Not only are they tutoring, but they're also tutoring while also switching to online formats and having to deal with a worldwide pandemic. So kudos to them.
For sure.
Okay, so the kind of services that we offer, what do these highly qualified tutors do? Well, they can tutor in what is the most commonly known type of tutoring situation, which is a one-on-one session or a one-on-one appointment. Those one-on-one sessions can be 30 minutes or 60 minutes in length, and they can be made in advance, or if a tutor is available as you walk in, and I use air quotes for that because right now everything is online, we may be able to accommodate your needs. We do strongly recommend that students try to make an appointment in advance because we cannot guarantee that we will have a tutor for the specific subject that you want at the specific time that you need if you just show up on Teams looking for somebody right now. We try our best to accommodate, but we can't always guarantee. So please make appointments. And I'll talk about how to do that in a second, so don't worry. In addition to our individual one-on-one tutoring appointments, we also offer study groups. Study groups are, they follow the drop-in type of model where there's no appointments necessary. Our study groups can range from an hour to 2 hours in length, depending on the subject matter and the tutor's belief of how long they need to do an effective study group. Our study groups are held on the same day and same time each week, and they are led by a qualified tutor. Some students think that our study groups are just a space for students to just show up and talk to each other without anybody there kind of guiding it. But that's a misunderstanding. Our study groups are guided by a study group leader. So for example, we have Accounting 201 study group offered this semester. Matthew is the study group leader for that group. And so he is sitting in his study group every Monday and Thursday from 3 to 4:30. And he is there if a student wants to drop in at 3:15, ask a few questions, and then leave by 3:45. That is one of the great things about study groups is the flexibility. But you have somebody there who has the necessary content knowledge to be as helpful as possible in our study groups. Our study group schedule can be found on our website, and we also have them on our Microsoft Teams and our study group channel. You can just click on that channel and you can see the study groups that we offer. This semester it's Accounting 201, Math 301, and Physics 202. And now for supplemental instruction. Supplemental instruction is a variation of a study group, but it's a lot more structured. For supplemental instruction, the SI leader, the student, the tutor who is in charge of SI, has not only taken the class before, but in the current semester, they attend class with the students all over again. And they're attending class with the students not because they don't know the content, but so that they can know exactly what students were, what information students received in class. And they take that experience of knowing what was talked about in the lecture and knowing what kind of assignments and activities were given in class. They then take that information and create a very structured session plan and hold those sessions 4 hours a week to make sure that the students in these courses are connecting what they need to learn with how to learn it. And a lot of the study strategies that are introduced in SI can be applied in many other subjects. For SI, you do not need to have an appointment, and you can drop in and you can come and go at any point during the SI session, but most students get the most out of it whenever they're there the whole time. This semester, we have SI for Physics 201 and Biology 318. For Biology 318, our SI leader is Jacob. He does an SI session Monday through Thursday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So all of the students in Biology 318 know that if they need some extra help, they need some extra practice, they need a better, higher level understanding of their advanced anatomy and physiology stuff, then they can meet with Jacob during the SI session to get an even better understanding of the information. Just like our tutoring and our study groups, our SI is offered on Microsoft Teams this semester as well. The SI courses have their own team. So if you're in Physics 201 or if you're in Biology 318, you were probably already forced into those SI teams. And if you didn't want to be there, you can leave, but we put you there. Is there anything that I should probably clarify or anything I didn't cover in terms of the different types of services, Laura?
No, I think you pretty much covered it, because we'll talk about academic coaching as well.
Yes, you're right, in a little bit.
Yeah.
But our academic coaching is also done on a one-on-one basis. But like Laura said, we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so what subjects do we tutor? Our subjects change or they vary every semester. This is our current course offerings this semester. Every single one of these courses listed, at least one of our tutors have taken it and have told us that they want to be available to help somebody. We do not force any of our tutors to tutor a subject just because they've taken it. I'm noticing Biology 3434 doesn't exist, so that's a little typo. We've had some tutors who may have taken, I'm trying to think of a course. Let's go with Computer Science 150. So Computer Science 150, a lot of our tutors who are computer science majors have taken it. However, they don't feel comfortable tutoring it, either because they themselves struggled with it, or it's been so long since they've taken it that they don't feel that they have the best skills necessary to effectively tutor it. Or as they've taken more and more challenging courses, it's more difficult for them to get down to the very fundamental concepts. Some people have described it as like trying to teach somebody how to smell or something like that. Like it's become so ingrained in them that it's hard for them to describe some of the basic parts of these lower level courses. So if you as a student reach out to us seeking assistance in a class and we don't have it, it's either because the tutor has not taken it or they just do not feel 100% confident helping you or being able to effectively help you in that subject. Okay, so academic strategies coaching. Sometimes as a student, you aren't really struggling with the content of your course. You understand photosynthesis, you get the process, or you understand how the different derivatives work in calculus. However, what you notice is while in class and while doing homework, you tend to really understand it, but by the time you take the test, something has happened and your brain has forgotten everything. Or maybe you find that you are struggling to keep up with all of your projects and papers and homework, and everything is done all at the last minute and you're not able to really put forth quality work. And you may not necessarily need help in Biology 110, or you may not need help in Calc 250, but you do need some sort of assistance. Well, that's where our academic coaching comes in. Tutors who do academic coaching can help you to determine what it is that you may be needing some extra help with. Is it that you have a planner, but you typically don't write things down in it, and therefore you tend to lose track of when things are due? Or do you try to study for your history exam the same way that you study your math notes? Are you even doing practice problems for your math class? And if not, why aren't you doing that? Because that's how you learn math. So what they'll do is they will be able to sit down and talk with you as the student, figure out what it is that you're doing, help you to pinpoint where there may be areas that can be improved upon, and then give you some strategies and tips and tricks on how to do those things to become an even better student. And most of the time, these different strategies that are shared with you can be applied across the board in a lot of your subjects. So if you find that you need some help, just how to be a student, not necessarily how to be a chemistry student, but just how to be a student, our tutors are able to help you with that, and we can schedule you a 30-minute or 60-minute one-on-one appointment with one of our academic coaches who are also undergraduate students. What do we not do? So this is going to upset some people, but we don't do your homework. In fact, we won't tell you the answers to your homework, which upsets some people, but there's a reason why. We practice academic integrity in the Learning Center. We will help you with the concepts that your homework is covering, and then after we help you practice those concepts, you can then apply it yourself to your homework. But our tutors will not flat out do your homework for you or with you. You may be able to show them a problem from Wiley. They will take that problem, they may plug in some different numbers, and then have you go through the steps and the processes of that homework problem. And then after you understood that concept, you can apply it to your actual homework problems. One of the main reasons we also do this is because our tutors are not going to be there with you when you do your exam. And so you need to be able to really understand the process and the thinking through of a lot of your homework problems so that you can be more successful on your own. Our tutors will not help you take quizzes or tests. That is cheating. We also do not give out old quizzes or tests. This is a old bullet point that came up in our presentation years ago because there was a rumor on campus that we had a collection of tests and quizzes, and we don't. So I just wanted to clear that up right away. We don't have a bunch of old quizzes or tests to share. And our tutors will not give you the answer or the solution to your problem. If you solve something on your own, they'll let you know if you're correct, but they're not going to just straight out give you the answer, because that does not help you in any way if they tell you the answer. They will help you arrive to the answer on your own. So this is what we don't do. We are not the only place on campus that provides peer education. I've tried to update this the best I can with this semester's information. There is some departmental assistance. So different academic departments on campus will have their own tutoring that they offer to students. Accounting, while we definitely do have accounting tutors in the Learning Center, there's extra accounting tutoring. Under normal circumstances, the accounting department would have instructor-led tutoring, but that's not available this fall. But I want to encourage anybody who may be watching this or attending this right now that if you are taking accounting classes in the future, reach out to find out if there's instructor-led tutoring available and when those dates are. Another accounting tutoring resource is Beta Alpha SYE. Beta Alpha SYE is the honors accounting group that we have on campus. They typically will do their tutoring on Sunday evenings in the library. However, this semester, they are doing their accounting tutoring on Sundays on Zoom. We've shared a flyer for Beta Alpha SYE today, actually, on our social media. So if you are interested in Sunday evening tutoring for Accounting 201 or 202, go and check out our Instagram, our Facebook, our Twitter, and you'll see the graphic that Dr. Norman posted earlier. One of the other departmental tutoring resources that we have on campus is the Math Lab. The Math Lab is controlled or run by the math department. The Math Lab is staffed by graduate students from the math department. This semester, they're offering in-person tutoring and tutoring on Microsoft Teams. If you would like to get help from the Math Lab with in-person tutoring, they are located in Lee Hall on the first floor in room 110. It's the room right next door to the elevator. They've posted their information on the math department's website. I'm 100% positive if you type in math.louisiana.edu, you'll see that they have a tab that says tutoring, and it'll bring you straight to the Math Lab's calendar and their Teams link if you want to do virtual tutoring with them. Another volunteer-based tutoring that's offered on campus is through the Academic Mentoring Matters. Academic Mentoring Matters has biology, computer science, informatics, and chemistry. Biology and chemistry are conducting their mentoring or tutoring on Moodle. If you go to Moodle and just search in the courses for biology or chemistry mentoring, you will be able to find it and then enroll yourself into their Moodle course. And they have tons of information and directions on how to get with a tutor. Computer science, if you need some help with computer science, the only information I have right now is to reach out to the computer science mentoring president, Dylan. So if anybody who is watching this wants to get some help in computer science through the Mentoring Matters, please feel comfortable reaching out to me and I will forward Dylan's information to you. And of course, as soon as I get more details on them, we will post it on our website, and we also have posted information on our Information for Student Success Moodle page. And one of the biggest resources on campus is the Writing Center. Everybody on campus, no matter what your major is, has to take 9 credit hours minimum of English courses, which means you gotta write. If you take your history courses, chances are you gotta write. If you are not very confident in your writing skills or you're not sure that you're meeting the requirements of your writing assignment, I strongly suggest that you reach out to the Writing Center. This semester, this fall semester, the Writing Center is offering their assistance and their services on Moodle. Their Writing Center Moodle page is another self-enroll page. If you search the courses for the online writing lab, you'll see it and you can enroll yourself. On their Moodle page, they have a bunch of information on how to submit your work, what your expectations should be, and then also a calendar. So basically, if you submit your work on Friday, you should then expect to have feedback by the following Tuesday or something like that. They have a nice little grid set out on their Moodle page so that you know that you're not just waiting forever, that there is a schedule planned out in terms of how long it takes to get feedback. Now, this is not everything that's offered on campus. This is just what I know about at this moment. There are some unofficial tutoring that happens. I think a few of the Greek life organizations will have their own in-house low honor committees doing tutoring. There may be an informal study group in some of your courses. So I recommend that you reach out to your classmates. If any of these resources or the Learning Center is not able to meet your needs, reach out to your classmates. There's tons of people out there who may understand something a little differently than you and can help you. Don't think you have to do it all on your own. Is there anything else that I missed or I forgot about in terms of the additional resources?
I think you covered them.
Oh, that's good. All right. So how do you contact us? You can call us. Our phone number is right there, 337-482-6583. If you're not big on talking on the phone, you can chat with us. We have a chat box on our website, and we also are available to chat on Teams. You can @ us, or you can join our team. If you go to the Teams icon, there's a little box that says join or create a team. If you click on it and you put in our code, that will allow for you to join our team. Once you join our team, you'll see that there's a channel that's called appointment scheduling. If you post a message in the appointment scheduling channel, you will get a response during our business hours, our hours of operation. If you post something at like 9 p.m. on a Saturday, you're not going to hear anything until Monday morning. So just have some realistic expectations in terms of a reply. But I recommend strongly that you chat with us either on our website or on Teams in our TLC tutoring team, because that is the best way for you to get a quick reply. If you want to find out information about our study groups, check out our website, or you can call us for information. You can drop into a study group by clicking on the link on our website. If you go to our website, studentsuccess.louisiana.edu/tutoring, there's a sidebar that says study groups. And if you click on it, it shows you all the study groups that we're offering this semester with links to the actual meeting. If you're somebody who likes to see a meeting on your Outlook calendar, you can request that I send you a meeting invitation to one of our study groups. And all you have to do is accept that meeting invitation and it'll be on your calendar every week. If you are interested in the SI sessions for Physics 201 or Biology 318, you can check out our website. You can call for information or talk to your SI leader. Your SI leader has made themselves available to you in multiple ways, and they are there to answer your questions. They will not ignore you. I guarantee it. So yeah, one of the best ways for you to reach out and get information is either to call us or chat with us in our team, and you'll get some very quick replies. And here is our contact information. You can email us. You can go to our website, follow us on social media. Everything that I shared with you is located on our website. Additionally, if you have questions, you can email us. You can send us a message on Instagram or Facebook. You can email us at tlc@louisiana.edu. We have tons and tons of ways for you to reach us. If it's between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, you can chat with somebody in real time on our website. So you don't have to worry about downloading Microsoft Teams. You can just go to our website and chat with somebody in our little red box on the bottom right corner. And that pretty much sums up what the Learning Center has to offer. I wonder if there are any questions or if there's anything that I can share any further.
I have a question, Jamie.
Okay.
So
I can't hear you.
No, you muted yourself.
I am muted. Yes, you're right. So I'm going to repeat that question again. So what if I am a second-year student and I'm interested in becoming a tutor? How would I go about becoming a tutor?
Again, on our website, we have a little sidebar option that says Jobs at TLC. And if you click on that, there's an application to be a tutor. Like I showed in one of the first slides, the qualifications of our tutors. If you're interested in being a tutor, you need to have had completed at least one semester of courses at UL. You need to make sure that you list the courses that you want to tutor, and the courses that you chose to list, you need to have made an A or a B. You need to have at minimum a 3.0 GPA, and you need to be confident that you will have a faculty member who will write you a letter of recommendation. Once you apply and we make sure that you've met most of these qualifications, we invite you in for an interview. We will give you a practice problem based on whatever subjects you said that you would tutor. And we basically get to know you and to see if you have the communication and interpersonal skills necessary to talk to students who may not be feeling 100% confident whenever they are interacting with you.
Awesome. Thank you.
So I'm going to ask, if you don't necessarily want to be a tutor, we do have applications to be a desk assistant. They are what we like to call the glue to what we do at TLC. They are the first line of contact that you will have with them. So they'll be the ones you talk to pretty much on Microsoft Teams. They're manning the chat box if you go that route. So there's a lot of different options for jobs at TLC, but that's one that we didn't really talk about as services because it's more of a job. But if you are interested in more of the customer service, you want to help schedule tutoring, all of that fun stuff, you can also apply to be a wonderful desk assistant.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I will say one of the things that I've heard consistently for the past 4 years from the staff of the Learning Center, whether they're our tutors, our SI leaders, or our desk assistants, is that they find this position very rewarding. They learn a lot of very valuable transferable skills in terms, very, very big communication focused type of position, regardless of the position that you're on staff. But they also learn a lot about the university. And it's not because it's required, but it happens that we become a place that students reach out for a lot of non-tutor based questions. And so our staff quickly become familiar with departments that handle certain services and are able to refer the students that they help to those different departments in addition to helping them with their classes.
Superstars.
Superstars indeed.
Awesome. Are there any other questions? Great.
They such a great job, you know.
Yeah.
No...
So thorough. So thorough. Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for sharing all this knowledge and information. It's really helpful. I think that, you know, tutoring, especially in the second year, becomes so much more essential in student success and making sure that as you get into your major courses, you're making the grades and the GPA and setting yourself up for your future. And so I'm really excited that we were able to share some information here today. Before we go, I am going to stop sharing or stop recording this real quick.